or they try to.
All right, we're back with this segment of the Pittsburgh Business Virgin with Suzanne Forlano-Sager. Susan, one of the interesting, and I lived here about 6-7 years, and Bud's making fun of us off camera. But one of the interesting things is that your restaurant that you have now is actually in the site of a restaurant that failed. It's actually in a colonial house that was built in 1837.
Yes.
Neat place. But I guess my question for you is, what were some of your thought processes as you sort of took over a location that has failed?
We had to do a lot of research on the demographic, and we actually really enjoyed the restaurant that was there. We live really close to Pallazo 1837, and we frequented the old restaurant that was there. And one thing I can say is that it was pricey, and I believe that for the Washington demographic,
that's tough.
It was a hard market to fill. Yeah,
because I mean, it's more of a working class neighborhood.
Right. And I think in any area really, it's harder to have that kind of ultra fine dining establishment in Pittsburgh. From an independent owner, from a small business. It's different if you're a chain or a corporation, and you can do that kind. Yeah, exactly. So our pricing structure is set so that we can reach a wide demographic. You can come in and get a pasta and a glass of wine for under $20, or you could really go all out and have a veal chop for $35. It just depends on, really you create your own budget when you come to the restaurant, because there are a lot of options.
So the key there, learning lesson, is understand your target market and your constituency and whatnot.
Now, so what I'm gathering, what you're saying is that the restaurant prior, people wasn't that they had a problem with the food or the service. It was just that it was just a little pricey. So it wasn't a negative connotation as far as service or food.
Well, we've heard things. The interesting thing about that restaurant is that a lot of my regular customers in my downtown restaurant who came for lunch lived in that area of Washington. Gotcha. So I would ask them, the ones that I knew that lived out there, and the word around town is that it was inconsistent, which is basically really bad for a restaurant to be, and the service was kind of slow.
There you go.
So. Yeah, those were attributes. But another thing that really surprised me about the restaurant was the location is very difficult. Unless you're going there, you don't really know it's there. Yeah. Because it's on 4.5 acres, and it's a colonial mansion. It was a home, a very large home, 6,000 square feet, but it looks like a house. Yeah. Even though we have tons of signage, it still kind of looks like a house, but we don't want to ruin that aspect of it.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's the charm of it.
Yeah.
That's really the charm of it. So what do you think makes you unique? And what has enabled you to go into a situation where the restaurant had that, failed prior, but now you're seeing success?
I would have to say that we really treat all of our customers with a lot of respect, and really, even in the downtown restaurant, what I've learned from my father was that when people come into our restaurant, it's kind of not like they're coming into a business, but they're coming to our house. We're basically at these restaurants more than we are home, and so we treat our customers with. We want to know our customers. We don't want to just feed you and you leave. We make a point to know everybody. And, when you come in, we know that, you're going to have an iced tea when you sit down, and it'll be there waiting for you when you walk in the door.
So personalized.
Very personalized, yes. And in fact, when my husband and I were married 5 years ago, 2 of our tables at our wedding were actually filled with regular customers that have been coming to us for 10 years. They just become part of our family.
That's neat.
And already at this restaurant, we've started that kind of rapport.
Sounds good. When we come back, we'll talk about marketing and growth and how you're going to continue to grow your brand and your restaurant. In the meantime, check out Pallazo1837.com. You can see the site. Stop by the Washington restaurant. for that personalized service, great atmosphere. So we'll be back with Suzanne.